Hello. I have some bad news and maybe a little good news. The bad news is Lunar Silverstar at the current moment is completely at a standstill. It's at a standstill because of this morning at 4 a.m. after my final episode of Final Fantasy XIII got uploaded. I woke up at 3:45 to get ready for overtime today for work, which for weekend shift I had to be there at 5, so I got up earlier than normal. Checked on the video while I was getting dressed in that. It had 12 minutes left when I looked. So basically, it got finished right around 4 o'clock. So I got finished. It was up. Now, after I got dressed and got my lunch done, I went and looked, because I like to try and pick a decent picture, even though the 3 pictures are random, unless you're a partner. And it was immediately, practically, utterly flagged, almost immediately after it was uploaded. It was a worldwide block by Square Enix. And that kind of hurt a bit. But Square Enix does indeed obviously own Final Fantasy XIII, so I had to think about how I felt and what I would do. Sadly, the supposed claim damaged the account to where I could not upload more than 15 minutes, which most people who do view my Let's Plays will know that majority of them I usually do to an hour. But but the big problem now is even worse. Trying to get further information through my email over the course of the day at work during breaks and that. Now, though it was worldwide blocked, I did ask 2 friends who said they could still view the video, which that confused me. So I get home today, and I check on more about it. And the video was still viewable, but it still had the copyright claim. And before I did leave from work, I did do the counterclaim thing, hoping, because, well, the worst case scenario, they just say, no, you're wrong, boom, video gone. So, I figured I'd give a try. I mean, it does have guide and helpful things here and there. And I do not own profit off my Let's Plays. My Let's Plays are non-profit. They have no ads or anything. I only put ads on my reviews because reviewing, well, I feel anyone has the right to monetize a review because it's your opinion you made. And though I obviously use the playthrough as a part of the review process, but I don't monetize it, so the videos themselves are non-profit. But basically what happened a little after checking my email and stuff about further information, because usually I've never had a strike before, like a real strike. I've had claims, but there are 3 claims I have on my account. One no longer is on my account. It was a song back when YouTube was early, and I can't do anything about that one. There was a Metal Gear clip I had from one of the PSP games, which just has ads on it, and one of my Persona videos got flagged, It was the opening for the answer, which I learned that I should not have openings be the only thing in the video. Should have some gameplay to justify it as a more fair use thing, but even more harmful was the fact that I did not do commentary, thus the argument of it being a guide or walkthrough pretty much null and void. So again, I felt like there was nothing to argue, especially since it was indeed Atlas. Now I've had other ones. I've had my review in a random part of Dead Island hit before, and those were from a music company, oddly. A music company that was not affiliated with Dead Island in any way, which I don't really get. I think it might have had something to do with the funny chapter title, because one of my episodes for Dark Souls also got flagged, but that one I knew immediately the problem. The reference was The Nightmare Before Christmas on the Halloween Town, which it was immediately flagged by Disney's music record company. Which, those all got resolved really quickly. Like, I mean, within maybe like 30 minutes, boom, it was gone, video's back up, everything's good. I even got the review for my Dead Island monetized, so I mean, but see, what happened a little later after I started checking to see if anything new, the video got completely pulled, removed, and I got a strike. And then you get a message thing that forces you to agree that you understand what happened. Then you're forced to watch a video. Well, I guess you don't technically have to watch it, but you get a video about copyright, and then you have to take a quiz. If you pass the quiz, you can be applied to a concept that in 6 months the strike will be removed, thus no longer apply. But you can counter again the video. But the problem here is the complaint changed. See, originally it was Square Enix, which, well, it's a Square Enix product, so it's not really surprising. Now it is weird. Now the complainant on this new infringement that automatically got the video pulled, removed from YouTube, is Sony Music Entertainment. Now, I am playing the PS3 version of Final Fantasy XIII, but two questions cross my mind. One, why the final part of Final Fantasy XIII? And then the second part, what the fuck does Sony own that's in Final Fantasy XIII? The game's on the Xbox. And it's still music. What music is in Final Fantasy XIII? That's Sony's. I mean, I don't get it. I did file a complaint, in a nice way. You know, if there was a problem, I said, you know, call me. I honestly would like to understand what's wrong, you know. If it's something simple, I'll get with it and we'll be all happy and the video can go back up. But I just don't get what's the complaint. I skipped the beginning cutscenes, boss battle begins, then, you know, next cutscene, final boss, and then the ending and the credits and bam. I don't get how that has any affiliation with Sony. And because of how the whole matter started in the first place, basically immediately being flagged almost right after it got uploaded, that makes me feel that one of the RMAC things is what triggered that. Which obviously leaves the question of whether or not any of this is being looked over by a human being, or if it's being automatically done by YouTube's RMAC system, as some people like to refer to it, the fingerprints. Well, companies will give like a segment of music and that, and if something crosses with that exact sound or imagery or outlining, bam, you've been hit and you're copyright. This is sadly what causes a lot of false copyright. Keywords, images, sounds, and that. But at the same time, they sometimes get good copyright, but at times they also just have weird flags that cause. Usually the keyword system, looking up, like, see, I had Dark Souls, I think it was, 15-ish or somewhere there, where I called it Halloween Town. But there's no music or anything affiliated. You know, with Disney. It was just because I was going to the fucking crypt, you know? And it was almost Halloween, so it was kind of like a Halloween episode in a way. Anyway, I did do a counter thing, because I just don't get why now it's Sony. Sony does not own... I was understanding that Square Enix owns 13, so I could understand them having more, you know. But Sony? Sony doesn't own anything Final Fantasy, so it doesn't make sense to me. So I decide I'm going to counter it. Now, two things can happen to my understanding of this. The video is supposed to come back up, so by the time this video comes up, it should be working again. But it said that they have 10 days, which I did a little research on that, and said most people who did this said it sometimes took up to 3 weeks, so that ain't necessarily a promise though. And make matters confusing all there is U.S. law says 14 days, but YouTube says 10 days. While research shows that most people had this issue resolved or found out that it's a big fat no within 3 weeks. But it does let you know you can get sued, but nobody, as far as I'm aware of, is still yet to have ever been sued on YouTube. But that doesn't necessarily obviously mean it can't happen. But considering the weird confusion over the copyright claim, I mean, it says it's Sony Music now, so I just don't get it. So. Either way, hopefully this matter can be cleaned up really quickly. If it's all a misunderstanding, everything, the strike will be removed, the video will be automatically cleaned up, and I'll have the right to upload videos like normal again as opposed to now. Now, as I said, Lunar is currently on hold. I'm deciding whether I want to break up the first episode some and get some of it up. Problem there is, last time I tested breaking videos up, it caused the files to still be big. I mean, actually, as a total, to be bigger than the 1 hour video if you added all the size. And technically, all the uploading time equaled more. So that's kind of why I never liked doing that. But that, or I'm going to play record of the August War Zero, or maybe some more Saints Row. Probably maybe focus a little more on Saints Row, maybe, because for now it can't be over 15 minutes. So I either have to do breaked up parts or parts that aren't going to be as long. So I'm still debating on what to do there. It's going to be a little tough doing a few things in the meantime, since this could take up to 3 weeks. And that's only for a chance to have this cleaned up. Doesn't necessarily mean it'll clean it up, so